Hey, it's RJ again, back with another lesson in Microvellum Toolbox. In this one, I want to show you how we can add a new configuration to our library. Now, this is going to be a clean data set, something that we're going to use alongside with our current production set of data. Now, this is really helpful if you want to set up a testing environment or a sandbox environment, as we call it. In this video, I'm going to show you just how we can do it to our local machine, not on SQL Server or anything. Setting it up that way requires a couple extra steps. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. On the startup screen, we have our current configuration drop-down menu. Now, you may only have one in here. Obviously, I got quite a few. And each one of these are looking to a different database. So for example, RJ's Toolbox configuration will have different projects than the MVU projects configuration. This one that we've been using here, the MVU video series, will also be completely different than all these other configurations. It may still have the same products because it's using the same version of library, but the database that it's looking to is different. So it's looking to different projects, it's looking to different work orders, different saved products or subassemblies. Hopefully that makes sense. The purpose of this video is to show you how we can install an entirely new database that we can use for a sandbox environment. So I have one set up. This is where I go if I just want to test the new updates, take a look at some of the new products. I can go into that configuration. We're going to add an entirely new one with a new name, and I'm going to show you how we can go about doing that. So we're not going to start up Toolbox. We're actually going to just get out of here and go into the Microvellum website. So we're back into our knowledge network and our community.microvellum.com. As long as you're signed in, you will see this downloads button. To create an account is free. It just requires an email address and password. Once you've signed in, go to the downloads and to product libraries, and this is where you're going to find the new updates to your library. So we have the update utility notes. That's the new tool with our foundation library where we can update your library version without having to install a new configuration. And this is our most recent build, 230919. So for library updates, we have a video on that. I suggest you take a look at that and also read through this article. For this one, we're going to install an entirely new library. Now, of course, this is after you've installed Toolbox. So once the software is installed on your machine, you'll be able to come in here and get the new library versions that are available. After that zip file has been downloaded, let's go find that somewhere on our machine. Going to right click and just unzip that file. Now that's unzipped, we can open it up and find the setup.exe. So that's the executable file, I guess it's called. I don't know, but the .exe is the file extension that you want. So after you found that, right click on that one and run it as administrator. Now this isn't installing the software or anything, right? We already have Toolbox installed. This is just installing a new configuration. So first off, it's asking us for an account ID. So with Toolbox open in the background, I can go to my help menu, about Microvellum, and here we have our account ID. So we got to copy that and paste that back in. So now it knows that we have software that's active. So it's going to put a new configuration inside of our local Microvellum common Microvellum data folder. That's good. That's where I want it. So it's going to be with all the other configurations that I currently have. And the new configuration name. So this is the library, the version of the library, the 0919. But let's name it something different. Maybe instead of the actual library version, because I might want to use this one to constantly update. Maybe I'll use this for my sandbox, the latest and greatest. Now that we're finished, we'll close out a Toolbox. Back into our startup screen and our current configuration, open up that drop-down list, and there we go. We got a new configuration in there. So all the other configurations that you see, each one of these has different data. So in the latest and greatest, we'll have nothing. So we start adding some new projects. So completely clean configuration. We also, of course, just to show you, we have the exact same list, but because it's a new library, there may be some things in here that have just been developed and they're now ready to be drawn and manufactured. Just one other thing I wanted to mention is that your other configurations with all those products that have been in there, if they've been customized or not, you don't have to worry about anything with those. They haven't been overwritten. They're still in that same state that they were before we installed this new configuration. And as we're in Toolbox, we can also see all those configurations just by going back into our browse to Microvalum data. This takes us to the current configuration. So we just go back one and there we go. There's a list of all the configurations that we see on that startup screen when we get into Toolbox. That completes this one. Be sure to check out some of our other videos on updating your library and updating your software as well. Thanks again, and can't wait to see you on the next one.